The following podcast is intended for mature audiences. If you enjoy our work, please like, comment, subscribe, and follow the links in the description. Thanks for your support, and enjoy. Greetings and salutations, listener. It is I, Eric J. Chucci, joined, as always, by my suspicious old man, the boy.
Hey.
I'm the older of the two of us, actually, so...
You're the suspicious old man. You should be Ganondorf.
I should be. But in the end, it's you. I'm Zelda. Anyhow, this is the Two Nerds podcast. You can read, so you know we're talking about Breath of the Wild, and I'm just going to tell you right now, spoilers-ish.
Spoilers for the parts of the game that we've played.
Yeah, I've only gotten off the island, as it were.
I've gotten to all of the second shrine, and I only walked in because I've only played the game just now.
He did watch me play it, though. So spoiler-free review is good. Do you own a system on which it could be played? Why are you listening to this shit?
Shut up. Play it in the background while you play. It'll fucking affect our viewership.
Just like and then hit subscribe, mute it, go play it, come back and watch it again, then leave a comment about how you feel about the situation.
No. Watch it once. Do not game the system. Remember what happened last?
Well, what are they going to take away from me now? They don't even care now. I can put up copyrighted content like 10 hours of the same fucking song. And they're just like, that's nice.
Or the entire B movie, but every time they say B, the entire B movie plays. But every time they say B, the entire B movie plays.
You know, let's brief Zelda aside for a moment. I watched B movie, and it was a weird movie. Like, it raised a lot of questions in hindsight.
Honestly, it's just the scene where the Patrick Warburton character implies she's fucking the bee. That's the only part.
Oh, no, girl, it's not a scene. That's the implication of the latter half of the movie, is that she's fallen in love with this bee.
Spoilers, I've never watched a bee movie.
Yeah, I sat down one day. You know how...
Just saw this fucking scene where Patrick Warburton's voice, see your little bed bug. That's fucked up. Don't imply she's fucking the bee.
All right, now, listener, I don't care what you do in your spare time. So long as you're not hurting anybody else, I feel you do whatever you want.
You could not fuck a bee without hurting it.
When I'm close to the mic, I'm talking. I don't care what you do in your spare time, listener. Okay, I don't judge, so long as you're not hurting anybody else. That's a disclaimer. Now, I don't do drugs, but you know how when you're high on a Saturday afternoon,
ow,
just
my
flipping the
neck
channels? Hurts. That's how I ended up on B Movie. It came up on like HBO or Showtime or whatever, and I was just like, yeah, this is that movie that took forever to come out where Jerry Seinfeld's a bee. Okay. And I watched it. I watched all of it. And I just sat there and watched it. I think that was when I was dying that one time, and we didn't know. And I don't quite get why the internet, like Shrek I get, because it became so mimetic, because it was so popular, that it started to become gross and, like, unwanted.
So they took it back.
No, they took it to a different place.
And thus got to enjoy it again.
I guess. I don't know. But, like, B movie? What did B movie ever do?
It's a fucking weird movie, dude. It's a weird movie with a weird premise about bee fucking.
Well, you know it doesn't have any bee fucking that I know of so far? The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I'm going to go into the next dungeon and be like, please, Link, fuck this bee. And I'm like, shit.
I liked the internet. Like, the game is fun enough that I almost forgot to do the podcast because I was playing it just now. And I was like, shit, it's late. We got to do the podcast.
I fell asleep. I was sitting there waiting for him to be done, but he was, like, not verbally, but I could see by, like, his pathing that he was doing that. All right, just get to this next place. All right, just get the item in this place. All right, I just got to get back to the old man. All right, we'll just get where he told me to go. And then it was like, go to the second shrine in the fucking snow town. And he was like, all right, just got to do that. And I was like, all right, with a TV tray upside down around my neck.
The man gets weird when he gets bored.
Yeah.
It's a very chill-ass game. And unlike him,
It
I
is.
actually really enjoy watching people play it because it's so chill and, like, fun to watch. It's very pretty. I like the way the wind functions. I like just looking at the game. So it's actually sort of fun for me to watch.
The weather is fantastic. I don't know if you experienced any, like, rain or anything, but it is spectacular. The wind is nice, though, because it also, like, if an item is light enough to be blown by the wind, it'll leave.
Ha! Neat.
It'll go. You're like, no, I needed that.
Them.
There's also, there's something environmental I really dig about it. I've already forgotten. I must not have dug it that much. What I do enjoy is how much you discover everything. Because yes, there is a tutorial island, and yes, there is an old man who, honestly, rather unobtrusively is like, Link, push the fucking button to do the thing.
Like, unobtrusively, but he's suspiciously well-informed.
Yes, I like that you can call him out on it, though.
Yeah.
Old man, you are suspiciously well-informed, and he's like, haha, shut up.
He gives you the equivalent of, yup. And then just moves on with his day.
And, like, the game gives you shit out of context. Like, I found the bow pretty early, and consequently so did Boy, because he knew it was around there. But, if I hadn't found that bow, if I'd had to, like, kill a bokoblin later to get it, it's not like it told me from the outset, this is how you use your bow, and in this situation, blah, 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 blah. And it's not like every time I pull out the fucking bow, it says that.
Mega Man!
Yeah, no, it's just, you got a bow. This is the bow button. Have a nice day. Thanks, pal. I'll use that bow button.
I genuinely, like, because I saw him play the first little bit up through about the second shrine, I was able to blow through it pretty quickly, and I got to have a really nice moment where I, because I knew what was going to be happening, like, speedrun fucked the first shrine. It made me feel very intelligent.
I love this. Alright, so you get that magnekinesis power, right? And there's that first side treasure chest in the first dungeon that you can pull down with your magnekinesis, which I did not realize. So I was like trying to create stairs or a bridge or something to get there. And it's got really good physics. Like, it even has friction.
Yeah. Like, it's hard to move shit unless you lift it up first.
Mm-hmm. So it wasn't acting like Minecraft or, say, like a map builder in Halo or something, which I'm more used to, where I have placed this and now it is. It's like, no, man,
no.
I'm gonna fall in the drink now.
Yes. Well, I'm lopsided, so I'm just gonna fall over. Whereas for me, since I'd watched him play that, I knew you could pull it down, so when you pull the first little magnet door off, I tossed that shit over the wall so I could keep it and use it later.
Yeah, well, and then he pulled the chest down and landed on its side. And I was like, how is the game gonna... So Link just kicks it.
Just kicks it and it opens.
It's like, open, bitch. I wish,
Good.
I wish there were more overworld music. So far, I think that's my biggest criticism. And
see, for me, I actually like that there isn't. It's
like,
very chill.
yeah, I wish it were like Minecraft, where if you're out there just screwing around, running around doing whatever for long enough, that it would play you like a little piece. It does do little interludes, kind of like, you know, you're just hanging out, and it's like, do 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 do. Thank you. That was nice. I crested a hill, and you gave me a little noise for it. But I want it to be like, you know, just a soft, even if it's just real soft piano, but that Hyrule Overworld theme.
Just occasionally.
Just twinkling in every now and then, maybe 20 minutes or something if nothing's going on, you know. But the experimentation is fantastic because, you know, while it tells you, okay, this is how you swing your sword, this is how you do this is how you do that, I ran across a horse. Wild horses. And I was like, oh shit, what do I do? I would love a horse. So I ran and I jumped up on it. And this is not the game telling me to do this shit. I was just like, well, I know how horses do. So then I had to, like, while I was on the horse, I had to pet the horse. And I was like, okay, I got to calm him down. And he stopped running around like a crazy person. And I kind of, you know, ride around on him. And the fun thing about the horse controls so far is that they're not, it's like moving an animal. It is not 100% paying attention to you. It's not like, now we are fused, animal and man. You go in all directions I deem. The horse is kind of like
the Assassin's Creed horse.
Yeah.
When it's not being your horse.
when you guys are together, it's like, all right, I want to go right now. And the horse is like, right, I got it.
There's a little delay.
And I'm sure the longer you bond with a single horse, the more you're like in step. But then I got off the horse and I was like, he was wandering off, and I'm like, no horse, no. So Beard, he's been on the podcast before. Game Master Problems. He didn't know how to take that blog. So
That's true.
he was like, dude, I bet you could feed in an apple. And I'm like, oh. So I got an apple. I put it in my hand and I walked over to the horse and he was like, I'm like, yes.
And you guys are friends now?
Well, more friends. I'm sure I could like increase the bond and shit, but
You gonna befriend that damn horse?
hell yeah, dude.
You gonna make it a horse friend and you gonna ride around. Mm-hmm. And then,
Which I don't want him to get horse hurt, so I don't know how much I'm going to really use him until I have like a safe place to park my horse.
right? Because that's the dilemma with. I think this is probably a killable horse.
Well, that was kind of nice because before I got to the horses, there was a lady who was like, I've heard through here somewhere in the forest, there's a place where you can resurrect lost horses. I lost my horse, so I'm searching for it.
See, that means that it probably exists so that if you have a horse friend, you can bring it back. But also, if you find it, I'd like the option to go tell that lady where it is.
Hey, maybe you can, dude. It's Legend of Zelda. Sometimes they do that shit.
Because, like, I ain't gonna let her wander without a horse. That's not cool.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not a fan of people, but I like animals. It's the whole reason I never brought dog meat anywhere in any Fallout game he could die. It's like, nah, you stay here, dog meat, where you're safe.
But yeah, just the experimentation is just so nice. And there's a lot of places where there's multiple ways to solve a puzzle that just require your ingenuity.
Yeah, it's super fun, actually. There's, so far, at least in the very, very little bit I've played, it's also nice because they don't really thread you into one particular way of doing a fight. They just, like, if there's enemies, you got your tools, they have theirs, and they just let you go.
Yeah.
You want to sneak up and be fucking Legolas, the elf, and just bow snipe all those dudes to death? That is 100% something you can do. Or you want to grab a giant heavy axe, charge right into them, and fuck them up? Then that is something you can also do.
Yeah, like the first two encounters we had, and I know Boy watched me, so maybe that influenced him a bit, but there's a little camp of bokoblins. And I sniped a couple of them down. Or no, I didn't have my arrow by then. I, fought them one by one for a second, and then 3 attacked me, and I fought them off with, sticks. And my stick broke, so I picked up one of their sticks that I knocked out of their hands and fought them with that. It was pretty cool. Boy had found an axe and was, swinging it like a madman through the forest, chops down a tree, knocks a bokoblin clean into the drink, and it's just like, whoa!
You want a piece? Link done napped for 100 years. He's got some killing to do.
I like the weapons. I like the makeshift weapon system. I wish they decayed a little slower, or I wish there was a meter or something that showed.
It's that there isn't a meter that bothers me. But honestly, I would get the same sort of efficiency tick I have about food. Apparently, that if there was a meter, I'd be like, okay, this is at 25%, this one's at 35%. I should use this one first.
Right. Well, and I kind of do that anyway. I tend to use my crap weapons first. Until I got off the island. And, one of the first places I happened to go was full of weapons. And, okay, cool. So this is not really going to be a problem from here on out. I don't have to worry about keeping all these bokoblin clubs. I can use real weapons.
It's good to keep at least one wooden one, though, for fire.
But I am worried that, there's going to be a master sword that doesn't break, but not a master spear, or a master axe, or a master hammer. Because...
Well, yeah, it's Legend of Zelda. It's the master sword.
Right, but the Spear of Winds, and there's actually a hammer. I forget what it's called off the top of my head, but there is a hammer in the mythos of the
That way,
setting.
you're scared that if you want to not just have a sword and board, you might be stuck forever having to fucking replace your thing. Because you get maybe the ones I have at the very beginning of the game are shittier.
Oh, yeah.
Because I get fucking two bokoblins, maybe 1.5, and then it breaks. I gotta fucking find a new thing. Usually something I killed a bokoblin just now for.
Like the weapons you have in the beginning are sticks, and sometimes fancy sticks.
Like spears.
Right, but they are sticks.
Yeah.
Let's be perfectly clear.
Yeah.
At the point I'm at, I'm actually picking up like proper swords and proper spears and stuff like that. So it's a minor wish and a very minor gripe. My other minor gripe is about the controls for your inventory. A little inelegant. It's not the worst thing in the world. I mean, I've faced worse menus.
Yeah, for me, I have a bunch of non-food related shits in my ingredients tab, and I don't know what any of them are for, and they don't stack, and they're filling up my inventory, but I don't want to throw them away.
Well, I think it takes a longer time for your like ingredients inventory to fill up.
Well, it's a bigger inventory.
Sure. So I don't think I've filled mine up yet. So if that makes you feel any better.
And I can't. I mentioned this a second ago, but I want to mention it again. The the paralyzing. This gives me 3 hearts. I only have 3 hearts. I will wait till I have 1/4 heart left. I feel like I'm utterly wasting the hearts that I could have if I don't wait for maximum efficiency. And I have like 3 or 4 dishes that I was just fucking around with food, and they heal like 6 hearts, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, the more items, the more ingredients you use, the more hearts it's going to heal. Tends to be. So after a while, I just started using slightly less ingredients than I have hearts. One thing I also like that's pretty interesting is, you know those games where they're like, see that mountain, you can climb it? That literally in this game.
Yeah,
like,
you could literally climb it.
Scale up it like...
You got a meter.
Yeah. And which you can get bigger.
And you could probably, if you could find a place to rest, you can refresh it. But
sure.
You want to climb that mountain? Aye, son.
One of the shrines I got to basically as the crow flies because I was getting impatient. And I don't know, maybe there was a really nice walk up to get there, but shit if I know. I climbed a couple mountains. Link was just, fuck it, I'll walk.
You know what? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'll just walk.
I really like the bow physics. I really like the little...
I'd like a slightly more powerful bow, which I imagine will come with time. Because right now, the bow physics are nice, but it's such a heavy arc and it's so short that by the time I'm in bow range, I got maybe 1 shot. Even if it's a headshot, it's not going to kill a tougher enemy, and then they're just on me.
Well, and that's the other thing, too, is the better bows have better range. Like, because I use the bow you get in the Temple of Time for a while, and the range on that's okay, but then I had to switch to bokoblin bows, and it's not good. So, that'll turn on the fan, man, don't.
No, I'm not going to actually... It's fine. Keep talking. Just keep myself busy. What do you want?
He's gonna kill us all. I don't know. It is a relaxing, beautiful game. It's kind of funny. When I was looking into it, I wanted to compare it to the Switch version to see if I was missing out on anything gameplay-wise. The answer is no, apparently. And everybody's talking about, like... I mean, there's some chugging and there's some frame rate problems, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe I'm just a peasant. That's entirely possible.
You are. There's some frame rate issues.
But, like, is it an issue or is it a non-perfection?
It's never gotten to the point that it's bothered me. And I'm not a peasant.
Because when you tell me, oh, the frame rate chugs in this part, I expect it to be like, oh, everything slowed down for a second.
No, it's just like you can tell. If you know what you're looking at, you can be like, oh, you dropped some frames there. We're running like 27 maybe? But it's nothing. It's really nothing that ever bothered me. And while I'm not... If it's not 60 FPS, it's garbage. If it gets below 30, I start to get annoyed real fast, and it never bothered me. So
Yeah. Every now and then, like, some of the foliage won't pop up as fast as I would like, but
I'm sure it's better on the Switch or whatever. But
not. No,
no,
just different.
good. Because I can't imagine playing this on the Switch because Link literally has a Wii U controller. How are you gonna play this on the non-Wii U? It is literally a Wii U controller.
How you gonna play with the weird porno dog head?
What?
You haven't seen the pictures of the Switch controller looks like a dog?
No, dude. I don't.
And then,
I
like,
don't shit on
immediately the
Switch.
internet made a lot of porn out of it.
Wow, internet. Wow. you know, I really shouldn't be surprised,
Mm-hmm.
and yet somehow I am surprised. I have not heard of porn with game controllers in it. I've not heard of porn about a game controller before.
I'm gonna try not to look up the naked images here. I'm just gonna Google Switch controller.
Oh man, we're about to go on an adventure together.
Like
listeners.
Legend of Zelda.
All right.
Alright.
Let's see here. That just looks like a controller.
No,
my man.
that's the regular controller. That's not what we want.
It just looks like a regular
Okay,
controller.
here's one. Look. Well, actually, here's this guy. Look, it's kind of like a dog. There's its ears. There's its puppy dog head, and I guess it's got lopsided eyes. It kind of looks like a dog. All right, hold on.
Is this some sort of dog? Like, is this a Picasso dog? Is this
Yeah.
some sort of art thing?
Yeah, see, and there's
Oh, okay, yeah.
it's a puppy.
No, all right.
Mildly retarded puppy.
Yeah, it just looks like a big ass controller.
Somebody has already made a plushie out of it.
All right, no, but for real, can we talk about the fucking placement of these thumbsticks? They did the same thing on the Wii U. It's apparently way worse on the Switch controller from what I can see there. Dude, put the thumbsticks in the same place. Put the thumbsticks in the same place across from each other. Stop being in that. Like, fucking Xbox does it too. Are other people's hands shaped differently?
Well,
Is the left and right hands different on you people?
It's not so much. So here's the theory behind it. And with like the Xbox, it works a little better because there's not that much distance.
Like with the Wii U, there's not all that much distance.
No, I mean the biggest problem with the Wii U is that the gamepad is so big that you have to support it more with your fingers. So there's less.
So like,
you
hands
lose a little
start to
range of
hurt.
motion.
Yeah.
Whereas with the Xbox controller, it's light.
So
you
you
don't
can
use
just like
many
I got like
fingers.
one finger propping them up on the little corners,
sure.
and then
But one of those sticks is just supposed to be for like, all right, I gotta move my camera for a second. It's a stick you don't push a lot.
so they put it out of the way.
Yeah, just slightly out of the way, but still within thumb's reach. However, on the Wii U, it's a little further out of the way, still within thumb's
Enough
reach,
that you notice.
but enough that you notice, especially with the heaviness of the gamepad.
It's
And
mostly
with the
like
Switch, it's in fucking Zanzibar.
It's mostly
It's fucking Big Boss is setting up a
You're
base
right.
in it.
because there's not much difference on the Xbox controller, but on the Wii U, it's just far enough that I have to hold the controller slightly differently with my right hand than with my left hand to hold it comfortably and be able to reach the controls. And that very slight difference, I was playing Wii U for like 2 hours.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right.
The pad of my hand, like the very side of it next to my pinky, hurts a little because I had to hold it very slightly differently, and it's not how I'm used to holding a game controller. I don't have, so my muscles weren't all right. Now it is time to gamer claw.
Sometimes I get some nostalgia for the old NES controllers, the little square ones.
Until you try something like
right,
that,
yeah.
and then you're like, oh, that's right. These were fucking awful.
Well, and I did, not recently, but like, I want to say it was the GameCube days, and then I went back and played an NES, and I was like, ow, there are corners. How did I play Mega Man for hours?
But for real, PlayStation, they analogs right across from each other, right where your thumbs go.
See, that gets a little awkward on the left side. That makes you a little bit more inclined to use the D-pad.
Not for me.
Really?
Like, are other people's hands shaped differently than mine? Like, I feel like I'm normal, but
You're a lefty, though, aren't you?
yeah.
So it might be that you have a little more cognitive, like executive action over your left hand, which is the hand that operates between the stick and the D-pad.
So it's easier for me to switch, I suppose. Yeah, that's as reasonable an explanation as anything else. Because the other explanation is y'all have different shaped hands than I do, and I feel like that's not true.
I have tiny, delicate baby hands.
You
so.
do, but they're weirdly rat dexterous.
Oh, sure, I got them finger pads.
Whereas for me, there are games I literally can't play.
I can palm squares.
There are console games, not PC games, because it's a keyboard. If I can rebind my keys, we're good. If I can't rebind my keys and your keybinds are stupid, that's bad design. But I can't say that like all the games on consoles that I literally can't play are necessarily bad. But like I can't fucking play Quantic Dream games.
No, because especially
my hand
those
has to
puzzles
make shapes that it does. They don't. They just don't.
Well, and I'm that person who. Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild is really good. Go buy it. We've talked about it about as much as we are. I'm that person who liked the original Xbox controller, the LOL is so big controller, and I don't have big hands or anything. Like, they're probably a little small. I never thought
those controllers were that large.
Well, no, because you have giant, like, gorilla mitts. Like, if you shook hands with Harambe before he died, or after in some sort of fever dream brought on by eating bad food...
How did you know?
You would be like, yes, the grip of a regular person.
My hands are not that freakish. For the internet.
You've got that thumb all the way down your wrist.
Shut up. They mustn't know.
But no, you have very large hands, so that original Xbox controller, you were just like, yes, a controller for people.
Whereas, like, you know, that's actually really a contrast. I fucking hate the N64 controller for anything but Smash Brothers.
It was not the best controller design, no.
Well, and like even for Smash Bros, I prefer the GameCube one.
Yeah.
Like the N64 controller with its tiny little baby handles and its weird third other species handle for things that have a third hand. Who was that designed for? What tri-pronged organism?
Well, okay, so here's the trick. Like 90% of games, you hold it by middle handle, right handle.
Why?
Because the Z trigger is on the back of the middle handle, and you got your stick.
Then why is the third one there? Why is there the extraneous appendix handle?
Great question. Because there are some games that are side scroller, like Yoshi's N64 game, Yoshi 64. Let's assume it's called.
I mean, look, law of averages dictates that. Yeah.
That you could use the D-pad for. Usually the D-pad was more of a... It didn't do important stuff.
Fair. To be fair, I didn't play that many N64 games, all things considered.
I had one.
I hate that controller.
But you're not wrong. It's not a well-designed controller. It was designed to look neat.
With its tiny baby handles. What tiny-handed people... Like, the middle one, fine, that's a reasonable size.
Sure.
The other side ones, it's like they're built for not just children, but, like, especially frail children.
Like the children from The Others, the Nicole Kidman movie.
Yeah.
Where they couldn't go out in the light.
I feel like we've gone really far afield. Your little disclaimer was probably for the best.
Yeah, no problem.
Breath of the Wild is really genuinely very good, but I played maybe 2 hours of it. I don't have a whole lot to say other than that I really like the atmosphere. It's super chill.
Well, and I've watched a couple of podcasts of people talking about it. Spoiler-free ones, delightfully. And really all they end up doing is going, oh, it's so chill. Oh, my God, have you guys done this? Oh, my God, have you guys done that? I really like, that it's really great. They have pretty much...
I really like that it's really great.
I'm not even fucking kidding. I have basically the same complaints I do.
Biting insight from the internet.
I will say one thing that we haven't said so far about Breath of the Wild, and that is the cooking song may be the greatest song known to mankind.
I genuinely, the only part of your first playthrough that I saw, the little first bit up to the second shrine that really influenced me, was that I knew where the nearest bowl was. And I immediately, did you notice that when I hopped up there, before I even fought the bokoblins, I went and got the mushrooms for cooking?
Yeah.
And then I cleared out the bokoblins as quickly as I could so I could fucking play around and get the cooking song going.
Oh, yeah, dude.
The cooking song, for some reason, is... And I think that's one of the reasons it's good there's no overworld music.
Sure.
Because then it makes the music that does happen feel much more special. And what is ultimately just a nothing little ditty becomes like, yeah, the fucking cooking song, I'm doing stuff.
I will also say musically, a lot of the notes, and I mean that in like a flavor sense, not in a literal sense, of previous Zelda songs they use, even some of the instruments. Like when they show Calamity Ganon for the first time, and you've got the sounds from like when Boss Ganon showed up in certain other Zelda games, and I think even back to the first Zelda, and it's on kind of a tinny instrument, so you're getting a little bit of that 8-bit nostalgia. Like, the sound design in this game is just...
I really like that they really shortened it and made a new song for You Opened a Chest.
Well,
But they use the old one for, like, more important, not just a chest loot.
they use the Ocarina of Time one for more important, not just a chest loot. The You Opened a Chest song is about the same. It's just quieter and tinkly on a piano. It's, oh, good, you open a chest. Da-da-da-da, there's your shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. Like, my major experience with Zelda is Ocarina of Time.
Well, and, you know, Ocarina of Time was a good game at the time.
I don't know that it holds up. I haven't played it. I don't imagine. He's looking. The face says it doesn't. The face says it doesn't at all.
Anybody having Nom flashbacks to that noise? I feel you, my brother.
Fair enough.
All right, well, we filled our allotted time slot for the week. We're talking about Legend of Zelda. Play the game, it's good, and you guys seem lovely.
Everything's better when nerds talk about it.